Welcome to the Heroes of Cosplay Sanctuary. This is your host, Scotty B. Today, we're talking about social media again. Of course, we're talking about social media because social media and cosplay go together very well. It's like icing and cake, right? They are two things that are seemingly intertwined, and we are always hearing about complaints about how all of that traffic is breaking down on the internet, how all of those things are shaking up for us on the interwebs, and how everything is really just going together as I stare around at all of my different things that I have going on while I'm recording. The thing that happens the most, the thing that we are on social media to curate right now is attention. We want everybody's attention. And sometimes we don't know why we want everybody's attention. It's the dopamine hit. It's that feeling that we get when we know that someone is acknowledging us. And apparently we don't get enough of this in actual life. So we want people to acknowledge us constantly and say that we're doing good things. And really, like, that there's nothing wrong with that. But still, why do we want it so badly? And are we in this space to shine light on art and content creation? What is it that we're actually going for? Like, what is the point of gaining the attention, and why do we pay for it? Literally, why are we literally paying for the attention? On one side or the other, in many cases, it's either we're paying for the check marks or we're paying somebody else for something else that they are creating. And that is the whole point, is like all of these people are out there in this marketplace selling something, right? It's all about promotion. It's all about gaining followers. Is that social? Is that marketing? Is that sales? That's not social. That's not social media. Like that, like, yeah, it's media and we're calling it social. Like, there is some interaction there, but is that the point? Is the point gaining attention so that we can all become sort of these, minor, these tiny local celebrities of some kind, and ignore the whole reason why social media even exists in the first place was so that we could interact across the internet with people that we know, like, and trust. Like, that was the whole point, was that we didn't want to become customer service reps for ourselves. We wanted to share things, experiences, all of the stuff with everyone online. We wanted to be social. That was the whole point. We didn't think about the other things until later, but that is what happened. It turned into an attention-seeking, money-seeking space. And it really just depends on the level and scale, but that is really, by and large, what's happening to the platforms. Platforms are doing it, the people are doing it, everybody's doing it, and it is an unsustainable and unscalable game for the majority, the 99.99999% of people in any of these platforms who are trying and trying and trying, even online and YouTube. YouTube isn't easy. Gaining subscribers isn't easy. They really have to like what you're doing, and what you're doing has to be very unique, and it has to have a very strong purpose, and you can talk your brains out and nobody's going to buy that sauce. Like, nobody's going to care about those things that you're talking about. That is a very big challenge in this space. It also, a lot of it is reach. Like, you're just trying to curate all of this reach. So you're on like 10 platforms and you're putting things out there like you're some sort of a media company. That is so unsustainable. And the attention is becoming more and more and more limited on social media, YouTube included. If anybody even finds these videos anymore, I'd be surprised, because of the way that content is being presented to the users. Definitely wanted to talk about this, and I have a few more topics that I do want to cover in this season before we say goodbye. Limit your social media. Just limit it. Like, don't do it all the time. Don't be checking your phone constantly. It's so easy to do, but it's also easy to just let it go. Unplug. That's what we call it unplugging now. We unplug from our phone. We unplug from this constant customer service game that we play online with people we don't know. Maybe some people we've met online and we've become friends with them, but those people generally don't just continually badger us. So that's not what we're talking about here. We're just talking about limiting social media interaction. If you're not there to curate something, if you don't have a purpose, do not get into the scroll hole. Do not just start clicking on everything and doing everything. Like, that will waste so much of your time, so much of your energy. You'll get into a spiral, and you'll find that you're not really enriching yourself. You're not doing anything else. You're going to work, you're on your phone. That's your life. And that isn't a good space to be in. If you were a creator, definitely not a good space to be in. You want to have a point to being online. You want to have a point to being on social media, that there is a goal, that you have a platform that does something, that works towards something, and that you're focused on it. You want it to do something for you, for everybody else. There's things you want to share and reasons why you want to share things. Focus is on you. Make sure that you're not giving more than you are receiving. The reason for that is if it is more than 5149, I happen to believe in this, but I did not come up with this. But if it is more than 5149 and you are giving more than you're receiving, you do not have enough inside of you to sustain it. You have to have enough for you in order to keep sending out. So you have to focus on you, because if you don't, you can still focus on other people. 49 is a lot. Okay. 49% is a lot. That's really close to half of everything. So if it's, if it's not 99.1, that's probably not going to work, but 51.49, that always works as far as I'm concerned, because the focus is still on you, because you're still attending to yourself more than you are everyone else. And I have to be careful with that myself, because I often do focus and attend to everybody else before I get to myself. I'm always the lowest on that list. And that is not a good place to be, friends. It's just not a good place to be. You have to think about this long game. You have to think about whatever you're comparing yourself to out there in social media, that these people have help. If they are a big platform, if they are making money and they are telling you to pay them money, there are people helping them. They have staff. They have outsourced many things that they are doing ongoing. They have concept, but they are very limited as a player in that game. Like, they have delegated many of the responsibilities. They are the show. They are the brand, and it is self-brand. But it's not just the self. They are not doing all the editing. They are not doing all the copywriting. They are not doing all the graphic design. They are not doing all the art and edits. They are not sending everything out. They are not creating their own website. There are very few people who do that. And I can tell you very, very quickly how exhausting it is to do all of that yourself, where you're spending all of your free time just doing that. You really have to enjoy it and love it, but you're not going to get much for it, because it's just, there's no focus on any of that. So that, I mean, all the way around to that, to social media, right? Like, doing all of this just to be on social media, that is not a good space to be in. And if you want to compete, that is not how you are going to do it. So play a long game. Be consistent, and don't go for the hits. Don't go for those instant gratification moments, because that isn't going to be sustainable. So that is where I'm going to leave it today. Thank you so much for watching. If you're listening to the podcast, thank you so much for being here and listening and staying tuned to season 4, which is coming to an end very soon. We've got a few more episodes left to go in the season. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're coming to us on YouTube, follow us, find us in all the other spaces, and follow us online. You can see that in the description below. You can always visit the website. I haven't talked about that in a while. And there will be new content coming out. Don't worry. We will still be doing things here even when the season ends. And there will be many more things to come. So thank you so much for being here in this safe space to share your stories, tips, builds, and all of those things that we should be made aware of in the cosplay community that are so amazing. This is Scotty B with Heroes of Cosplay Sanctuary saying bye-bye, everybody.